are now live. The July 24th, 2015 Small Business Accounting Advisors. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm back to having two computers. I don't feel out of sorts anymore. Yay. Woo! How is everyone?
Yeah.
Just, Misha's hot.
I'm doing great. I just got back from vacation, so I'm happy.
And you had a wonderful time.
Yes.
Want to tell us a little about it?
Well, I went up to Truckee, to Tahoe area, Lake Tahoe area, and was up in the mountains. Beautiful. We went to Donner Lake, Sand Harbor, Emerald Bay, and also got to do the art tour that they had all throughout Lake Tahoe and Truckee area. Got to see a lot of beautiful paintings and meet the painters, because a lot of them opened up their personal studio and their home. I'd walk in, they'd offer you wine, you know, stuff to eat, and you get to talk with them, and it was really nice, great. My daughter loved it. We had a grand time, and we hiked down to Emerald Bay and hiking back up. It thundered and stormed.
Wow.
But I loved it. Beautiful. It's a
Were you ever disconnected from business?
you know, it's that beautiful country over there.
Right. It sounds it. So, hello, Connie. Is this your first time with us?
Yes, it is.
So happy you could join.
Well, thank you.
So, Yvette, while you were on vacation, what happened back here at home?
Well, I had a lot of clients try contacting me while I was on vacation. They did not know I was on vacation. I don't usually like to tell my clients I'm going, because I feel like at the last minute they want me to do all this stuff, and I'm trying to prepare for vacation. So, but there were some emergencies, and I could not log into my computer. It was offline for some reason, and it could be that the internet was kind of hard sometimes to connect, you know, because I was really high up there in the mountains for a while, and so sometimes I have problems with the internet. So maybe that had something to do with it, but I realized that maybe I could get an assistant or a virtual assistant that would handle these, so to say, put out these fires for me. I'm on vacation, and I don't want to say it, but don't want to hear about it when I'm on vacation, because it's hard to, you know, when you know all this, the clients are needing you and you're not there.
And you have a certain standard that you work by. You want to do everything that you can for your clients.
Exactly.
But at the same time, you deserve a vacation. And people need vacation just to rejuvenate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I even came home a day early, 2 days early. I was going to come home today, and I came home Wednesday. But I don't even like to tell my clients I'm back yet, because, you know, let's see. It takes me, when I go on vacation for a week, it takes me about a week to 10 days to catch up on everything. It's a lot, you know. It's pretty crazy when I don't know if you guys ever feel that when you're on vacation, you know, just trying to catch up when you're back, that things pile up.
Yeah. Work doesn't do itself.
That's right. That's one of the fun things about running a business is you don't have little gremlins that come in at nighttime to do that work for you. It works instantly.
Yeah.
Hi, Sunny.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Happy you could join us.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. So, what can we do to prevent having to come back and having a week to 10 days craziness?
I've decided to hire some staff.
You're hiring staff?
After my major surgery this winter in February, and I missed 6 weeks of tax season, and realized that I didn't get to do any. Granted, my clients were very understanding, and they were like, "Oh, don't worry about it. We'll we'll do an extension, you know. But I'm still trying to catch up. So I realized that it's either, you know, it's time to, how do you say? Okay, I won't use that phrase.
You're going to be family friendly, thank you.
Yes, I see. I can curtail myself. So I'm gonna decide. I've decided I got to do something or shut up.
So you're still looking for a solution yourself.
Yeah. Well, I saw another location yesterday, and this one is actually ideal. It's 4-room office, first floor, ample parking, high visibility, and the rent is reasonable.
Nice. I hope it works out for you.
Yeah. Plus, I'm taking on a partner too.
Oh, nice, nice. So they can actually take care of whatever while you're away then.
Yeah. So I'll be able to take on more work, but also still, you know, if I needed to take a break.
Fulfill the
take a
obligation.
break.
Right, right. Now, another thing you could do is equipment, but in your case, Yvette, it really didn't help because there was no internet.
Yeah. Plus, a lot of times, you know, like there's my clients, some of the things that they need are things specialized. Right? You know, I don't want to say too much over the internet because it's confidential, but you know, there's certain things that sometimes they'll have something that they need to be filled out, you know, and they need the reports or they need me to handle it. So I don't know, but I wish I really had an assistant. I do have, you know, about 3 gals that will do work, you know, that are part of my team, but what I need is an assistant that handles these things, like even doing my contracts, you know, my engagement letters, you know, to send them out as soon as they get a new client, you know, because they're waiting for it, you know, to fill those out, because without that, it's not a done deal. Once they fill out the engagement letter and billing authorization form, we're good to go, and it also lists the things that they need to get to me, to give to me, so we can start the work. So, you know, I just started thinking when I was out on the beach that day, I was thinking, okay, I got to do something. I've been saying this for a long time, and I just got to find somebody that will handle, because I know, like, there are people in our industry that have these virtual assistants that really do that for them, and it works very well for them.
I think Seth does that.
That's true. One of the things about a virtual assistant is many of them work remotely.
Mm-hmm.
And they are extremely expert at using many different remote solutions. So they actually could kind of coach you through using they might know of solutions that would work, so you wouldn't run into the same problem that you ran into this last time, and you could have done it somehow remotely or been able to have them do it remotely. So that's one of the things I'm looking at. But I don't go away much. I like to be home.
Yeah, I do. I go away. We go like maybe 3-4 times in a year. We go on vacation. I need it, you know,
Yeah.
and my daughter needs it too. So we're gone, especially in the summer. We go a lot. You know. This year I'm not going too many places because I'm doing some major renovations within my home, and I have to be around. But yeah, I just realized that I need to get someone that will help. Also, like my calendar, you know, just putting everything on the calendar all the time, and you know, staying true to that time. That's always hard. That's why, like, I can't. All these videos, I mean, all these webinars that are going on in our industry, it's hard for me to focus sometimes because it's like, wow, you know, I need to learn this. I need to find out what's the latest thing, you know, so I can better serve my clients. But there's a lot of things that I do just to run my business and to help my clients that the gals that work for me don't do.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
And you have to be careful. You don't want someone stealing your clients from you.
No, you got to be careful about that.
Yeah.
So,
Non-disclosure and non-compete.
Yeah, but you know what? I met with a lawyer one time, and a business lawyer that looked over, because I have people that, you know, the girls that are on my team, they always have to sign this non-compete and this disclosure about, you know, not taking my clients away. And in court, if they brought that contract to court, it really wouldn't stand in court. They told me that really nothing could really stand in court for that.
Well, you know what? That's really the truth, too. In general, I have found that bookkeepers and accountants tend to be an honest bunch. The few
Yeah.
that are not, you hear about, you know, they go to jail generally. They're caught embezzling funds or something. But if you partner with someone, you should know them and you should be working with them enough that as time goes by, you know and you feel comfortable.
Yeah,
I
but
have
it's also,
I have a pro-advisor friend like that we will pass work back and forth between each other, and we have both had examples of the client that we were at, even though it was the other person's, would come to us and say, well, can you do this for cheaper?
you know,
No,
but it's,
we're
Yeah,
not
that's
saying-
common.
you know, it's in your enlightened self-interest not to do that because, you know, what's the point in trashing a good relationship for one client?
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
And you know, the girls that I have, you know, one of them is Tina, that's part of my team. Tina's awesome, okay? I trust her. She does wonderful work. She's part of my team. I got her through LinkedIn, and she's been working out great. I don't worry about her taking business away from me. And she's out in Oregon, you know. And then I have this other gal, which is someone relative of mine. I don't worry about that. But, you know, it's just getting everything in place. That's the hard thing, just realize, you know, I wish I could have someone that would deal with my clients. You know, because people like to talk to somebody. You know, we live in the age now that everybody's all about email and texting. You know, there are certain ways that I feel you could do that extra mile sometimes. I know when I need something, and like, I don't want somebody to give me directions over email. I want someone that will talk to me, walk me through it. You know, it just feels better to me having that personal contact. And that's what I try to do with my clients. You know, I even check up with them. You know, if I don't, you know, at least once or twice a month, just to see, hey, how are you? You know, what's new? How you doing? How's the family? Even I get a little personal with them. That extra touch, and I see it. They like that. A lot of them.
Absolutely.
Would you have like meetup groups down in your area, Yvette? I mean, like up in Seattle with Shelley's group, you know, we will, you know, pass referrals back and forth, and it's somebody to, you know, bounce something off if you need to.
You know, there are groups here. I have to admit, you know, I've been contacted by some of these groups to join their groups, but I just can't get out there. I have so much going on all the time, and especially right now, it's summer. You know, my daughter's home, so I spend time with her. We do things together.
Right.
And, yeah, I know the importance of being in a network. That's why, you know, like you guys here, this is my network. This is my group.
Yeah.
But I don't go out to meet with people, you know, because when I do meet with people, it's usually my clients. I mean, time is so limited I mean, I'm sure you guys go through that too. Time is limited. I mean, I can only do, I wish there was like 3 of me, you know?
Yeah. At least get an extra set of pair of hands, you know.
Right, absolutely.
And I think I keep telling myself when I get my staff, you know, my team, I like to use that word team, because I try, you know, like the girls that work with me, I don't want them to feel like I'm their superior or anything, that we're in it together. You know, I even have this thing, you know, when I reach my goal, I want to take my team somewhere nice, stay for their whole, you know, time with me, out somewhere enjoying things. It's not all about work, just having a great time, you know, taking them out maybe to the wine country or something for a couple days. You know, that's a goal that I want to do. I want them to feel like, you know, appreciated all the time, because without them, it would be very hard to manage what I'm doing now, you know. So I would like to just all the time, you know, get to that point where I have the right team working with me, so I can go out and compete with, do some networking or whatever it is that I want to do besides what I'm doing now.
Absolutely.
We were talking about keeping up with the videos. One thing I do is that I record them and I'll put them up in my Google Drive, and then I can watch them on my cell phone or on a tablet. So
You want to, right?
there's an old saying that it's hard by the yard, but it's a cinch by the inch. And so if you can, grab these moments of, 15 minutes here and 20 minutes there while you're waiting for a bus or you're,
Yeah.
waiting on somebody, that you can turn downtime into productive time by, like, watching a video or parts of a video.
That's why I like that little Power Hour app that Hector and Michelle
Like,
do.
isn't that awesome?
It
Yeah,
is awesome.
They get their videos up right away, too. They don't wait too long to get them up.
See this week's?
You know what? I haven't got to see this week's, because the fact that I'm going to watch it over the weekend.
Okay.
Did anybody, did you guys watch Blake's for Zero? The one that I sent a couple of you an invitation?
Yeah, the one where he's talking about verticals.
Yeah,
I went to that.
I couldn't go because I was on vacation.
Well,
And
he still it sounded like he was working for a bigger company. Did he sell his company to another company, or is he?
Yeah, he did. He sold his company, but he's like still a partner there. He has
Okay.
something to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, that you can become a lot more efficient, and like I say, you just have to make sure that the industry has legs, that it's not something like fad or something that's really, something's going to get in trouble. Like, I had this one colleague, CPA, his two primary clients were like mortgage brokers and I think real estate agents, and so when the crash came,
He was really hurt.
he kind of was circling the drain with his clients for a while,
Really? Yeah, absolutely.
So you got to be careful about, ideally you're getting this niche that's really got some barriers to entry. It's got plenty of demand.
Yeah.
Well, I feel that way about apps, too. We kind of touched on that a little bit earlier. To act or not to act. Technology.
That is the question.
That's right. To act or not to act. Technology is advancing so fast right now. There's like a dozen of any kind of anything that you want to use.
Well,
How
yeah.
do you pick? How do you pick which one is the best one? And then once you've picked, how do you know that they're going to stay in business and not just disappear?
Well, there's,
Recently, too, one of my restaurant clients, actually one of my big restaurants, they contacted me and told me that I heard of this company or app called iPlate. And I'm like, no, I never have. What is it? And so I called them. And what it is because, in restaurants, especially bigger restaurants, they have so many invoices from vendors, accounts payable that they have to enter. And, and Bill.com is kind of too expensive for what they need. So they found this app called iPlate. And what they do is they enter everything in. They pay your bills, too. And also it integrates with QuickBooks. So I don't know how well it works with QuickBooks, but we're going to be trying it next week. And the fee per month is very inexpensive.
Nice.
They're based out of San Francisco. So, yeah, I mean, there's always something new out there,
And that brings us to another thing is everything connects to QuickBooks, and everything connects to QuickBooks Online. Do you really want to arbitrarily just try everything? It only takes one app to break,
I know.
But I will tell you an app that go ahead, Sunny, I'm sorry.
I think that we should not try to use every apps that sync to the QuickBooks. We could suggest our client to use the most useful application for the QuickBooks.
And everything connects to QuickBooks Sounds like I'm getting a little bit of feedback.
I
Dwayne?
think there's two person talking.
Okay, I'm sorry. Try again?
I think that we should suggest our client to use the most useful application that sync to QuickBooks, so they can arrange everything economically for them.
So you want our clients to arrange for...
For example, like this, if we think that the timesheet in the QuickBook has already enough for the client environment, we do not suggest them to download time tracker from other uh, vendors.
So you're suggesting that you don't download or don't sync it with QuickBooks at all.
No, because if I think that the application inside the QuickBook that QuickBook has already enough for them, I do not suggest them.
So you think QuickBooks has enough applications inside of it. So are we talking the desktop?
It
And the
depends on
timesheets
the
for
service.
desktop?
QuickBook Online.
QuickBooks
I
Online?
think, yeah.
But if you have an app like T-Sheets that uses a telephone and the guys can just log in and log out right there while they're at the job, it's a lot easier and you don't have all that data entry to do.
Yeah, that's why I think that it depends on the service from the client itself. For example, if we examine the client, they need more specification in time tracker, they have to download specific application. If their service is quite general, I think that the QuickBook has already provided enough application for time tracker.
QuickBooks is powerful, but there are occasions when people need more than what QuickBooks has to offer, and then they should use the apps.
I would think that you'd want to, if you're going to do apps, you would do it with online like Xero or QBO, because QuickBooks Desktop tries to be everything to everybody, and I think that there's a limited database in terms of size, and I think you're going to run into conflicts, especially if you're using more than one or two apps on QuickBooks Desktop. They might be kind of fighting with each other for all you
The
know.
thing about desktop is you can make a backup and you can play all you want. QuickBooks Online is not necessarily so easy. Now you can get, if you call support, you can roll back an earlier version. I don't know how, what the parameters are for that. And there is also something called Safety Net. Has anyone used Safety Net
Not
for
yet.
QuickBooks Online?
No.
Not yet.
You have?
Not yet.
Not yet? It's still in beta, but if you go to the apps, it's a free app that backs up QuickBooks Online. I have not had to restore from it yet, and I don't believe it's a backup like you would think QuickBooks Desktop.
Where does it back up to? Is it back up to the? Is it back up to the internet, or is it back up to your hard drive, or what?
It backs up to the internet, and it keeps. It's a different way. It has indexes, and it keeps certain indexes. So if something were to happen and corrupt your QuickBooks Online, you can restore back to an earlier date.
Mm.
So I've been trying that with my clients. Again, I haven't had to restore anything, so I don't know what the restore process is like. But my feeling, it's better than nothing. Gives you an option that if you do want to try something and you do want to sync with QuickBooks Online, there is a little bit of a safety net there. If everything goes completely wrong and goes to the wrong accounts and you've got hundreds of items all of a sudden that need to be cleaned up, it is definitely better to go back and restore from an earlier version.
I have question. Do you use recorder when talking to the client? Is it legal?
When I am talking to the client, what do I use?
Mhm.
Is that what you're asking?
Yes. Do we use recorder when
You
we talking to client?
No, I
use a recorder?
recorder.
Yes.
Yeah.
To make sure that everything we hear already correct or not. Is it legal or not according to the law?
Is this for training or is this just a conversation?
This is for conversation. For example, if we have service for setting up the accounting system and we want to make sure that what they want we can fulfill later on, we try to record their word in recorder. It, is it legal or not?
I don't see anything wrong with it.
I think you'd have to tell them.
I think there's some laws, and I'm not sure about Massachusetts. You can't record conversations without permission, or you have to let people know ahead of time that they're being recorded. So
Yeah.
there are some legal ramifications depending on what state you're in, what town, and all of that stuff. So, you know,
I would at least have to,
for training purposes and stuff, yes, you can record, but I think to just randomly record conversations when people call, you have to, it has to be a disclaimer on your it has to be a disclaimer on your before you even begin to record and get their permission.
So it is better that we inform them first before we start in the conversation. Is that correct?
I
Yes.
believe so, and in
Are you
some
talking-
cases they actually have to give approval. They have to like go through and answer and say, clearly state that they acknowledge that you're doing it, and they're going to proceed that knowing that they're being recorded.
Are you talking about a phone conversation, or are you talking about doing a recording of a video, like say a Join Me, that you can record a Join Me meeting?
Mostly audio recorder. Mostly.
I'm talking mostly phone. I'm just talking mostly phone calls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it depends entirely. Like Linda said, it's easier to double check written communications.
Right.
Well, I think that, like when you're in public, you need to assume that people are recording because, like, say, for Evernote has a feature where you can record and have it record and send it to text. I mean, some people will do that with Evernote where you go to a lecture and you record it and then have it transcribed.
This could be an area that technology is advancing faster than the laws.
Yeah, I think you just make the assumption that, if you're giving a presentation someplace, or that if they've got a cell phone, they've got the ability to record you.
Absolutely.
And then the other thing is, there's times where I have clients that give me confidential information about their taxes or whatever, what's going on. I don't think that should be reported. It's personal, private matter. So you have to be careful.
Yeah, it could be discoverable if you got to a lawsuit with.
Well,
I think it's, to be quite honest, I think it's better to have a written communication, because then you're reading what they're specific. They have to then think about exactly what it is they want and be able to transfer that and put that in writing so somebody else can understand exactly what it is.
Well, the
I
other
also prefer the written conversation because if they have special specification, we can be make sure the specification fulfilled by us.
So you want to make sure that you are doing what they asked you to do, Sandy.
Sorry, could you repeat again because I do not hear you well?
You are recording so that you can make sure you are doing what they want you to do.
Yes, correct.
Well,
Well, I
what
would say-
happens if you listen to it 3 times and you hear the same thing, but that's not what they said?
Yeah, that's why I think it's
That's why I
important.
put it in writing.
Yeah.
Sheni, I can't understand what you're saying when you speak, okay?
Yeah.
I could listen to it 10 times, and I still wouldn't know. So I would put what I heard in writing, and I would send it to you, and I would say, did I get this right or not? My ears
Right.
are not real good. I have older ears, you know. And it's amazing
Okay, I
sometimes
understand.
the silliest little mistake. It's really funny. I'll have to ask people when I'm talking to them to spell something.
Now,
Plus, that's
the other
Pronunciation is another thing too.
plus you lose trust if you don't tell people you're recording them. I mean, you could lose a client that way.
Okay.
Also, too, what I do is I incorporate the spec of work that needs to be done in my contract or the engagement letter. It lists everything and what it does not cover. So that's something that also you should look into, because then they sign it, they read it, they know what to expect.
And the more detailed, the better. And
Yeah.
that helps prevent scope creep also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Meaning
And,
that you end up doing more than what you originally bargained for.
yeah, you know, many years ago when I first started my business, my tax guy, he always told me, you know, always do everything by email, because it's covering your own, you know what, you're behind, and it leaves a paper trail. So it shows, you know, the communication that was going on, and you could always refer back to that.
Plus, it kind of shows the meeting of the minds too. You know.
Exactly.
Well, I like to talk to my clients at least once a month. I
Yes.
want to look at the profit and loss and the balance sheet with them once a month. I would like to look at more things with them, but I'm happy to have at least just that. And you're laughing, Misha. This is an area that I have traditionally had problems with. You know, the better job that I do, they assume that everything is taken care of. And I do have a method of, as I'm doing the bookkeeping, if I don't understand something, I will create an account called Ask Client, and I will send that to them once a month to make sure that I am coding everything correctly, that if there's a transaction that I don't understand, or, hey, it looks like you bought a truck.
They never think to tell you they bought something or they sold something, and I'll say like, "Oh, you rented that house to somebody new." Oh, yes.
Exactly. Exactly.
Money's a security deposit, not rent. Yes.
So that is a trail of compliance also, and working with your client to make sure that things get coded correctly. I do a lot of times now, I'm doing Join.me, and I have them sharing my screen, and I'm going through the reports, and they watch how I go through QuickBooks Online, and a lot of times they tell me, gee, that's a quicker way of getting to the register. I didn't know you could do that.
So, are you recording those meetings for training
Pardon me?
purposes? Are you I have Join.me. I haven't really used it that much. Are you doing recording for training purposes? Do you have the professional edition?
Actually, I'm not recording it. This is a monthly meeting that I want to have every month. I don't want to have it real structured. I want it to be loose enough that they feel comfortable talking to me and not afraid to tell me things.
Yeah.
Because that happens too. You know. So that's how I've been working it. Now the training sessions are different. I can really see a training session being recorded, because then they can go back whenever and
Right.
see how it needs to be done, because you can tell a person and they'll remember for 2 months, and then if they don't do it the next month, they'll forget, and the following month it'll be something completely like,
Yeah.
how did they figure out how to do that?
Right.
So, does anybody else want to talk anything about apps?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I would say QBox and QBox and MyQuickCloud. That was on the Power thing yesterday, and I thought they were both excellent.
What's my quick
Absolutely. We
cloud?
love Chris Wise. Everybody
What's
here does. He's
what's-
our buddy.
What's my quick cloud?
It's a hosting, it's like a hosting solution, but much cheaper.
Hey,
And you're
Like-
using your equipment, though. See, that's the part that makes me nervous. After the last 2 weeks that I've had, You guys are laughing. I'm not sure I want someone else dependent on my hardware.
Yeah.
What kind of liability would you have?
Right, the liabilities. Like Right Networks is big enough that if the internet went down, they've got things backed up elsewhere. They've got other solutions other than my equipment.
Do any use Right Networks right now?
Pardon me?
Any of you use Right Networks?
No.
No.
I know people who've used it. It gets tricky.
Yeah.
So that client didn't use me. So, but that was all right. Have you heard of the new one? Go to my ERP, which is hosting enterprise solutions now.
No, I saw that.
$35 a month, one user.
How much?
$35 a month, one user.
That's an amazing price for
I know. I wonder, but see, now I searched around when I got an email about that, and when I searched around, I thought, go to my PC, go to meeting, go to webinar. It's not the same company at all. It's not Citrix. It looks like it's an Intuit company. And
Oh, okay.
Really?
and in my mind, it bothers me because when I see go to my, I think of that as being a trademark kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I would think so.
Actually, I saw that email and I thought it was spam and I deleted it. Because literally,
I went to the website and it looks like it's an Intuit thing. But maybe it's a fake Intuit thing. Who knows?
right, so here's the problem, Linda. Over the last week, every day, multiple times a day, I would get an email that said, your ProAdvisor account is under,
I know.
Don't forget to do this. And then I'll look, and it's like, you look at the link, and it's like some chick from Wisconsin. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
I know.
So I just got to the point where I don't even click on any, even if it comes from Intuit, I ain't clicking on it. I will initiate any contact I make with Intuit from now on. I'll go to my ProAdvisor account and I'll sign in. And I'll call them myself. I'm not opening, and I'm done.
Right.
I am not trying to have. Honestly, I had a client call. I don't even know what day it is right now, but a client who fell for an IRS scam.
Oh,
no.
So I'm like, I can't stress it enough. It's like the IRS doesn't call you. Why would they send you? Why would they send you to MoneyGram to make a payment? Really? The government gonna send you to MoneyGram to make a payment?
You really think the IRS is going to do that? If it sounds too illogical, it is.
And then they're like, oh, I owe this big balance on the tax. I'm like, I did your taxes on that year. Why would you not call me? I would know whether you owe or not.
Absolutely.
So it's like I'm just being bombarded with all these weird emails, and I'm like, I am not even opening anything anymore.
Yeah.
And some of them look really real. I mean, some of them look like, I mean, in my Google email, I get a little square that says, this person, add to the circles kind of thing, do information about that person, and I even have pictures of the people that come up. And it says a name at intuit.com.
Yep.
So you're right.
They can do some masking and all of this stuff.
I forward it, like I'm going to, or reply to it, and then it gives these where it's coming from. And then most of the time it doesn't even say add into it. It says some, and the key is that they have multiple senders. I mean, the people that they're sending to, if they have so many people on there, I know that, because Intuit doesn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And usually anything like that will have your name, but then it like there's subtle differences. Like if you're just not paying attention, you could miss it. So I
actually almost missed a real Intuit email that I did want to get. My 2015 research didn't come up on my ProAdvisor. So I went on the ABO group and was having a discussion about it, and Mindy from Intuit came back and says, well, I'm going to have this accelerated. So, yeah, the person that she had talked to sent me an email. And it took me a day to figure out, oh, wow, this is really an email that I should answer.
Yeah.
And I did, and it fixed my problem.
But isn't it sad that, because when it happened to me, I was like, maybe it's open season on ProAdvisors, because all of them were addressed to the ProAdvisor program.
Yeah, and do all of certified for 2015?
Yvette, can you speak into your speaker? I'm having a hard time.
I found the email about the ERP.
Oh, good.
Again.
A couple things. Is everyone certified in 2015?
Not yet. I haven't done that.
Yeah, I have.
Okay, let
For
me.
online QuickBooks.
I'll call it up and share my screen.
Well, I'm in that site right now, Linda, and it doesn't look like to me like it's Intuit behind it.
Well, it says Intuit authorized, but it may not be.
They have well, what they have to do is they probably get some kind of a licensing with them.
I would go to Intuit's site and look for it. I wouldn't.
If it's an app, it'll be on the apps.com.
Right.
Or
It
whatever.
should be there.
If they're
Yeah,
asking for
I'm
my-
not even going to go to their website, and I don't trust their website either.
It is 50.
Yeah, it might load malware on your computer. You're right.
It is $50 for Enterprise and $35 for Premier, and then they have one that QuickBooks plus third-party apps is $70.
But I don't think that they can legally use Go to My ERP. That seems like it wouldn't work right. It just seems wrong to me.
We'll find out if Go to My has a trademark application on file. Somebody's going to get a letter sooner or
I think
later.
you ought to get one real quick.
Are you a member of Sleater? Send it to the Sleater forum.
I use the Go to My stuff.
You know what seems strange? There's an awful lot of pro-advisors getting these phishing requests or whatever they are.
Yeah.
And almost makes you think, wow, I wonder where they got all these pro-advisor names in the
Well, they
email
hacked
from.
in, didn't they?
No, from what I understand, they can pull the information right off the ProAdvisor website.
Well, I guess if you want to do it one by one, you could, and there are an awful lot of advisors.
It's like over 100,000 pro advisors.
It's an algorithm. They get an algorithm, and you're able to gather the data right off of the website. It's a map.
I
And
agree.
each of those maps has, location. It's a good thing my address isn't on there, because what? Somebody show up at my door, it's going to be on.
Well, I just actually Googled my name today. Most of the time it was all about, my business and Google and my YouTube channel and all of that. But today I got something from, it was www.mylife.com, and it actually pulled information from public records.
Yeah. There.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of personal information, and
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they
some
could
of it was
find out
wrong.
live, all that.
Oh, but I see. There's another lady that was on our, I got the images. I just Googled you, too. There was, the real pretty blonde that came on the Hangout. I can't remember what her name was now. But her picture is there, too. It looks a little like yours. Not the same, but...
Well, it had information about my ex's new wife, had me related to her. I mean,
Jeez.
yeah, I'm glad that everything ended up on a good note, because if it did not, I could be very upset by that.
Yeah, and
Hey, listen to this. T-Sheets, QuickBooks Pro Advisor Gina. Gina's story: behind every great business, there's a hero like Gina Rodkey.
I love that.
Good.
But here we're like, and we know her.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Taking her virtual QuickBooks skill sets to the level of near superpower. Oh, did you write this? Is
I
that
did not.
it's great. You need to go copy it.
Yeah, you good.
Put it as a recommendation on my website.
Where did you find that? Is that the T-Sheets one?
I think it's the T-Sheets one.
It is.
I think Jessie wrote that for me.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Really? I love it. Can't miss her.
There it is. Perfect. Oh, what does this mean for our clients? Ninja-like QuickBooks reflex. I gotta write one about me.
That's great. I would have that on your site.
Oh, well, let's talk about sites.
Oh, did you finish yours? Did you get?
I need one. Help, help.
Did you finish yours? I'm redoing mine.
I seem to have, I don't know if it's me or what the problem is, but, you know, I'll get somebody and then all of a sudden they're too busy to do anything.
What?
I mean, I know
Oh,
almost.
they're only busy after you pay them, right?
Well, at this point, I'm waiting for a proposal so I can pay them. And what I'd like to have is my links fixed mostly. I just want my website to work. I don't know why or what's happening that is such a big deal.
It's part of the IT DNA.
Okay, well, I'm not feeling so bad then. Tell me, Larry.
Somebody needs to come up with a cure for that.
Now, Gina, what's wrong with your website?
Most of my links are not taking people to where they should be, and some of them are outright wrong. So.
Yeah, I see. I'm in it right now. I just clicked on QuickBooks Training, and it took me to an error page.
So, yeah, hi, Brandon. And on my referral page, I don't have QVinci. I have it going to QBox. So it makes it a little difficult.
Is your website sort of a customized one, or is it WordPress, or is
It's
it?
WordPress.
Okay.
It is a WordPress theme. It's an older WordPress theme, and I was advised to migrate it to a newer theme.
One that's
And I have
mobile
no-
friendly.
Pardon?
One that's mobile friendly.
Well, this one supposedly is mobile friendly, and I have looked at it on my phone, and the things resize properly, and it looks fine.
Okay, good.
Can you log into your admin account and do it yourself?
I can log into my admin account. I feel like I really don't know WordPress.
Yeah.
And, you know, I ask people that don't know bookkeeping to come to me, who is a professional, to do it for them. So I feel like the same way with my website. I don't
Right.
know websites.
I have,
Yeah.
QuickBooks.
I have WordPress, and there's a lot of coding that needs to be done on WordPress, too.
I'm sorry, Yvette.
Yvette, you're breaking up.
I'm not talking.
Oh, okay.
Brandon, I think you need headphones.
Brandon, you don't look like you're talking, but I see some green dots.
I know that on WordPress, there's a lot of coding that is done, because I have a WordPress site, and there's things that I can do, but there are other things that I cannot, because there's all this coding in there that they do. So it's not that simple.
And that's, I'll do whatever it is that I can do, but I'm afraid of that coding. I'm afraid that I'll do something and I won't have any website.
Now, do we? Okay, we recommend these. You know, we test these apps, and we recommend them to our clients and everything. What about us? Like, do we have a core group of service providers for stuff like this that we can go to and are confident that, you know, they've been tested and they're, you know, they're ethically and everything sound and they'll get the job done when they say they'll get it done the way you need it done. Like maybe we need to have a little what do you call it?
Like an
A little
list.
like a yeah, we need a Gina's list.
Angie's list.
I do have apps that I absolutely 100% love. I do. T-Sheets is one of them.
T-Sheets, Qbox,
One.
Funding Gates.
Is another one. What did you
I like
say?
Smart. I
Funding
like
Gates.
Smart. I like Smart Vault.
Smart Vault is one. I'm sorry, Misha.
Funding Gates.
Funding Gates is one. Fundera.
Smart
Fundera,
Sheets.
yeah.
Smart Sheet.
Smart Sheets, everyone loves. I don't know. Well, everyone that works in accounting loves Smart Sheets.
I don't use it.
I would say my sister wouldn't be as fond of it as I am. But then again, she's not an accountant, so.
But I'm talking about services like IT, websites, marketing, the stuff that everybody needs to run their.
Well, I use CPA Site Solutions. It's not exactly cutting edge, but it's stable.
And it works, and your links work.
Yeah, and they've upgraded their vault or their portal, so it's a little more up to date. Be able to click and drag. It's, you know, like I say, it's probably not the flashiest, but it's designed for accountants, and I mean, it's kind of, you know, it's
Generic?
yeah. In terms of the problem is
Well,
the
I wanted
content.
to get away from the accountant kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the main reason why I decided on to buy a WordPress theme, was because all the websites that like if I go to a bookkeeping or an accountant or something, they're all the same layout. And I'm like, same layout, different color, different picture.
Right.
I'm like, really?
I want to move to the accounting firm of the future. An
That's us
advisor, and so I want to have more of that kind of information on my website.
Yeah.
But it just seems to me that
Bye,
The more-
Connie.
Bye, Connie.
Leaving us. You weren't very. Maybe next time we'll get to talk to you a little more.
it just strikes me as that there's a price to be paid for having the
Bye,
customizing.
thank you.
Well, thanks for joining us. Hope to see you next week.
I hope to too. I hope to be a little more vocal.
We would love it. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
I'm
would
sorry,
just-
Dennis. I cut you
I
off.
was just saying that it seems like there's a trade-off between stability and kind of, you know, boring blandness versus, you know, maybe a little more uniqueness, but having to be more involved in the coding of your website and the monitoring of your website. And
And it's more expensive to have a custom-made website.
oh yeah, definitely.
Well,
You know, I kind of like having a custom website done. The only thing is that when I have to make, when I had the website I had before, my custom one, I had through Yahoo. And one thing I liked about it is whatever changes I needed to make, I could go in there and do it myself. It was pretty easy. But
Yeah.
now with WordPress, and I'm like always communicating back and forth to my web developer
Right.
to make changes. You know, some things, like I said, I could do on my own, but I'm always nervous when I go in there because it's.
Well, if you think of your time as a cost, I mean, it's costing you quite a bit to, you know, there's a price to be paid, although it may not be strictly monetary, but in terms of your time, if you're having to take time out to, you know,
hey, Susan.
communicate with your web developer, then
Well,
You-
that's what I said. You know, I asked people to trust me as an expert on bookkeeping, so I want to go to somebody that I can trust as an expert on websites, someone that
Right.
does this
Maybe-
all the time.
And having a list of those people that you know people have worked with and have done great work, and you know have a good reputation.
Well, I
I think
guess-
that's the key.
my question would be, do you want to depend on one person, or do you want to depend on a company? I mean, one person, what happens if they get hit by a bus or win the lotto, you know?
Dennis, why are you trying to kill people?
We don't want to kill people, but you know, it's kind of the same story that we have. You know, our businesses are pretty much based on us.
Yeah.
You know, Yvette just went through that.
Yeah.
Right.
There's, you know, I found this other web designer who I'm thinking sometimes of calling. Just yesterday, Zero put out a little commercial about this business, and she's actually based out of here where I live in near San Francisco area, but it's called Spitfire Girl. You might look at.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's also into branding. They do website design and branding. It looks pretty cool.
She's probably super busy now all of a sudden.
Yeah, but you don't know. I like her stuff. It's pretty nice.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I really like my new web designer guy, and apparently he's used to much bigger businesses than my little business, and, you know.
See, that right there, the train's coming, so I'm going to talk real quick. That right there is that's what bothers me. It's like, if you want the money, but, you know, you don't want to take on a small client and treat them the way you would treat a big client. To me, anybody that I pull on, whether there's just a one-time thing or it's a long-term project, they're going to get the same level of customer service that I give everybody.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm going to make myself available to you, whether you're a small client or a big client.
I think you have to treat every client. You know, treat every client as your most important client.
Exactly.
You know, whoever you're talking with at the time, you have. I mean, when I'm out visiting, I don't take phone calls from other people when I'm, meeting with a client.
That's our standard. It absolutely is.
Right. And the fact that he's treating you like you're not worth his time, but you're paying your money, your dollar is still going in his pocket.
Right.
That right there, I would cut him off. I'd be like, no.
But
my money is worth.
How many people can I cut off? How many times do I have to go through this?
Honey, you gotta keep cutting until there's nothing left to cut.
And so says the train.
So how close is that train to your house, Misha?
She can't answer right now. She's waiting until it goes by.
Well, I know in my area.
I can see the color of the engineer's eyes.
Ooh.
Well,
and what shirt he's wearing.
Out where I live by the Sound, there's a train that goes along the coast, and it goes through like a town called Edmonds, and some of those houses are like about 10 feet away from the train. I'm thinking, my God, you know.
I would say it's probably, I'd say two or three tall guys.
I would think you might
if you lay 2 or 3 tall guys together,
16.
It'll reach the track. So yeah.
Head foot.
I would think it'd kind of shake. Does it like shake your does it crack your foundation? You know all that.
The house shakes. The house vibrates a little bit. We've been here since 2008, and only this past winter, the thermostat's on the wall. The wires that connect the thermostat to the heater in the basement wiggled apart. So it took that long for it to wiggle apart.
Okay.
So, and things don't fall off the wall or anything like that. Most of the time, I don't even realize it's going by.
Susan, are you there?
Me? Sorry, y'all.
How's it going?
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I got on the Hangout and the front door, and then my phone all at the same time happened.
It always works that way, right?
I'm doing okay, except it's just been a very down week for me because I just don't understand how come somebody else and everybody else apparently can go out and say, oh, I'm going to add to my clients. Oh, I got 2 clients this week. I got 2 clients this week. And I'm just struggling, and I don't know. I'm good at what I do, but I suck at getting clients. So, I mean, that's just the way it is, and I don't know why, and I don't know what to do. And anyway.
Susan, I'll tell you why. You want to hear why?
Go ahead.
Those other clients aren't for you because those are headaches. The one that's coming to you is going to come to you shortly, and it's going to be a big whale.
There you go.
There you go.
Those other people, those are going to give you heartache, and yeah.
Or, Susan, you could be having the same website problem that I'm having.
Yeah, that too.
Well, I finally got, a temporary website up with just basic information so far, but a start for me to go and add to. So that I'm glad I got something up. But, I just, I'm trying to decide who do I want to focus on, and how do I get in front of those people, and and
we all have the same.
I've been networking, and I've been meeting, and I've been doing the things, and evidently it's just not enough. So
we all have the same issues, and I'll be quite honest with you. I have not advertised in the 4 years that I've been doing this. I think I took out an ad once.
Right.
And I started off with friends, and those friends referred friends, and so on and so forth. I got certified with the state of Massachusetts as a minority women business enterprise, and I went to an event with other people that were certified. They were doing an open house, and I started chatting with one of the people that were there. And a few weeks later, a couple of months later, she calls me up and she goes, "Can you come in and help us out?" So I went and met with them, and I've been with her for going on 2 years. So sometimes it's the long term. Don't focus on the you know what I'm saying? Like
keep planting seeds. You're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say.
You gotta plant the seed, but you gotta remember. But you gotta remember to put some water on it, because without the water, it won't grow.
I would say join a meter group.
Go ahead,
or whatever meeting groups are around your area. I'm with you, Dennis. I'm more and more. Used to be the Chamber of Commerce's, but I haven't had much success with those lately.
That's a complete waste of time because it's so unfocused and half the people.
D&I was another big one for a long time.
I've been a Chamber of Commerce member since I've been in business, and the only reason why I stay member is because it helps my website ranking.
Yes.
And because I am a member for the Walnut Creek Chamber.
Yeah.
Well, my experience has been when I go to Chamber of Commerce, I'm either meeting non-decision makers, also known as employees. I'm meeting nonprofits looking for donations, volunteers, and sponsors. And I'm meeting salespeople like prepaid legal, and I'm meeting a lot of bankers.
Yeah.
And what I'm not meeting is people that can actually make a decision to hire my services. And so it was a minimum of 2-hour commitment each time, and it's just like, it's not a good use of my time. So I've dropped all chambers, and I've been in 3. I was a chamber ambassador for a couple of them when I was on the finance committee for a third one, and I just decided that, I've been in it for 2 years. I'm not meeting the kind of clients I want to meet. So, I've already spent my money. So I need to keep wasting my time. So, it's like.
You know what I'm gonna suggest, Gina? I'm gonna suggest we do a small group hangout. Not live, just private, and we kind of do a powwow of best practices, things that worked for us, things that didn't work.
I would like to make it more specific and talk about websites. Susan,
what I'm saying is, but we can focus on a topic. Okay, it's websites this time, and the next time we'll talk about how do we engage. The next time we can talk about social media, and like how do we kind of manage that with not having someone do it, but not having the time to do it too. You know what I'm saying? Just these little topics, but it's to help you run your day-to-day business yourself, not helping other clients or anything like that, but just how do you, as a small business owner, kind of manage these things with the 17 hats? You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that would be great.
And we just powwow and throw out different ideas. Yes, we're all over the country, but it would be nice to know what's going on over in Pennsylvania, and maybe I can implement some of that stuff here in Massachusetts. Or what's working in California, maybe I can try that over here. versus, you know what I'm saying? So
I
it could be
I do. Maybe we could do it an hour before or an hour after our live.
Not a bad idea.
right. That would be good, and we can, and each time.
Yeah,
And each time we
I
have a
like it.
specific topic we talk about, and then we can share experiences across the board on
Matter of
how,
fact,
like, I need help with a website, and I need help with a server, and I need, so the IT piece, and I need help moving from, a home office business to an outside office business. So any feedback from the people who've done that in the past and their experience, I can learn from that and use that to make sure that I don't kind of make those same mistakes.
Right.
well, there's also
Develop ourselves.
available through the government for that's free, that our taxes pay for.
What?
Could share some of those resources. Well, you said one thing, that you went to a conference and you signed up to be a woman-owned business. That's
Right.
a government thing, okay? It may be a Massachusetts thing, but the federal government helps you. They offer. That's through the Small Business Administration and the
Yeah, you can get certified. Each state has the certification. The certification I have allows you to bid on state government contracts.
Right.
I'm not federally certified, so I can't bid on federal contracts.
Well,
So who's available
it that
next
way,
week?
though. You're a minority business.
Yeah, there's women. You can be women business enterprise, minority business enterprise, veteran business enterprise. So there's a bunch of different ones. I think there's also one for disabled business owners as well.
But you have to contact those people and get on their mailing list. And then
What do you
I
mean?
think that makes much more sense than having me teach you how to do it. I went to those things myself and I learned how to do it.
Did you ever go to the SCORE websites or SBA?
I think we're talking, Linda. I think we're talking about two different things.
Well, I know that SCORE or the SBA has webinars, free webinars on those kind of topics.
Yeah, but I'm not looking for.
I'm
looking for people with that experience that have used other people who can say this person was good. You should use this person.
Or you
Okay,
can
so
say
you want to
you
refer
went to those
really good
websites.
at WordPress.
Yes, it's more referral based from the experience from your experience and you telling me, well, yes, this person was good, but watch out for this.
Right.
So you're looking for a Gina's list.
I'm looking for a genius list. Yes.
Okay, the other thing
Who's available next week?
one of us could bring somebody on that could share about that subject.
Huh? Say that again.
We could invite someone that we use to do that for us, and we have
Absolutely.
them demo that, and then you get a feeling for whether you like that person, whether you thought you could work with them.
Exactly. And then sometimes you don't even know what questions you should be even asking.
That was my problem in a nutshell.
Well, you know what? I think about 7 months ago, you were on it, and Gina, I think Eric Greenspan, he gave a talk about WordPress designs and how to put one together. And one should watch that so we could ask. I would watch that if I knew that there was a web developer going to be demonstrating on your Hangout. I'd watch it a couple days before and get my questions ready if I'm using WordPress.
Well, let's set something up for next week. Let's set up either before or after. What's a better time for everyone?
Well, we're closed on Friday, so I'm free, honey.
So you'd rather have it be earlier because you're East Coast. So
It depends on, what. Okay, Brandon, earlier or later?
Probably earlier.
Later.
Later?
I'm right in between everybody. So
Okay. Dennis, before or after?
Probably before.
Before. Okay. Dwayne,
I'm either or.
Wayne?
Before or after? Dwayne,
I'll answer for
He
him.
says after.
Wow.
after?
What about you, Gina?
I'm with Misha. I could go either way. Larry, before or after?
After.
Oh, shucks.
Linda?
I was going to say either, but after's fine. Before or after, but see, before I might get a client, whereas after I don't take clients. So After would be better.
Okay. And Amisha, you said either way, son?
Either one, yeah.
Sunny? Before or after?
Earlier.
Earlier. Okay. Susan?
Before.
Before? Yvette?
You know it before.
Okay, so we are absolutely even, Steven.
We could take turns. One Friday we do it after, one day we
Five
do it.
That's
later.
what I'm thinking. 1 week we could do before and another after.
Gina, what about this? We do a half an hour before and a half an hour after.
I don't think that that's going to be effective.
Yeah.
Okay. All
I
right.
love your idea, but I don't know that that's going to be effective.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And I know people are, you know, you have your schedules and stuff. Granted, you know,
Can we?
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Has anybody ever watched it's pronounced Udemy or Udemy, Udemy? They have tons of videos out there, and they're always giving discounts. Like, you know, they list them for like anywhere from $100 to $45, but you always get these discounts, like for getting it for $10 or, you know, $20, and they're pretty good in terms of like getting a basic knowledge of WordPress or like it all.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
would
but see,
suggest.
Did you say
WordPress. I don't want to learn WordPress.
It's not even, but that's the thing. I'm not trying to learn WordPress. I'm trying to find somebody to do it.
Somebody. And I know you get what you pay for, but
You want referrals.
Thank you.
yeah.
But I also want to make sure, like when I refer somebody, I'm like, I want to make sure that that person is going to treat that person the way I would treat them.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want, because I found out that I had referred somebody and they dropped the ball. And I'm like, so how does that reflect on me? Because I'm the one who's like, oh, this person is awesome and you can do this. Come to find out, this person threw me under the bus.
Right. So how about for next week, we'll do it after our live hangout. And we'll talk about how that works for everybody. If we decide that before is better at that time, then we'll do that then. But next week, plan on doing it. Plan on hanging out for an extra hour after.
What's our first topic?
Our first topic's going to be websites.
Okay.
You know,
I'm
Gina,
going to register the domain name MishasList.com.
Misha's List. Misha's upstage with me.
or maybe Gina's List. Maybe I'll just register them all. Everybody'slist.com.
There you go.
hey,
Susan, what's your website address?
Yep. Are you there, Susan?
You want to go look?
Type it in the box.
Well,
Type it in the chat.
Yeah, I see you in the chat. I asked you, Susan, what's your website address, but I guess you didn't see it.
oh,
I typed it in too.
yeah, I didn't. All right, here we go. It is SumItUpInc.com.
Ooh, I like
SumItUpInc.com.
Why? Why?
And
Somebody type it in. I can't understand.
Type it in.
it's in my It's in my Google Plus page too. I just put it in there.
But I don't know your name. Susan's not going to get me your Google Plus page.
Yes, we're already added for circles, I believe. I'm
I
trying
don't
to
think
figure
I've
out.
added you,
Hey,
Susan. I need
Susan,
to add you. How do
Put
we
it
add
in
you?
the
No, it
put it
doesn't.
in the chat, Susan. Put it in the chat. Can you put the link in the chat?
Hey, if you click on her name, the picture. Oh, I got it. Where's the thing? I gotta mute the TV. Shoot, I can't find the thing to mute the TV. Where'd it go?
It won't come up.
The train.
Crap! Where's my thing? My screen went away.
Everyone that's on the Hangout, if you click on that little drop-down button down on the thumbnail, it will give you the opportunity to go to the profile of anyone that you need.
Got
All
it.
right, I found you.
Susan,
The thing isn't there.
It's not there.
All right, I need to add you to my circle.
Here it is. It is there. It's underneath on the left. It says
Hang on.
Sum It Up Inc.
Oh, that's
Real
why.
weird. You see, yeah, that's very clever. but most people won't get it.
Okay, got it. But now I can't find you guys. Where are you? There you are. There you go.
I
Okay,
made
Susan,
up
I
this
got it.
real clever thing, and I said, you know how they used to have gun will travel? I said, have
Paladin.
mine will travel. And you know, nobody got that. So you got to be careful about being smart.
Kind of dating yourself, too.
Alrighty, we are so over time this
Hey,
week. It was really great. A lot of good stuff we talked about.
Gina,
Yes?
can I make one suggestion?
Okay.
You might want to let people that are regular members, like say Sarah and
Oh yeah,
you know, people,
Absolutely.
let them know about it privately.
perfect.
Will do. Will do.
There we go. We got it. Sum it up.
All right. I can see you now. I can see it. Okay, I see what you mean.
Perfect. Great.
Okay, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next week. Plan on our live hangout being an hour. Then afterwards, we'll be talking websites. We'll be looking at everybody's website, too. So,
I'm going to call my web developer right now.
I just redid mine.
oh, good.
Oh, I gotta
so we
pop
can
over
have an
there.
example of what we should be.
Hey, Brandon, can you stick around?
Pardon?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So everyone have a great week. See
Bye,
you next week.
Dwayne.
Okay,
See
bye-bye.
you.
Bye.